Dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun 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 dun. Pizza time. All right, I shouldn't quit my day job. I don't know if I can sing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Panic Uncracked. This one's going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles edition. Wise man say, never pay full price for late pizza. And my friends, am late. And, yeah, I took a little bit of time making videos. I have a life. I don't just open magic cards for a living. I wish I did. Also, nobody's paying for this pizza. I don't even have pizza right now. I'm trying to cut down the calories here. So I'm taking a break from some Lorwyn, and I'm also getting a little bit of excitement about this Ninja Turtle set. Excitement, I'm not gonna say it's terrible. I'm not against any of the Universes Beyond stuff. I actually like a lot of it. I play quite a few Final Fantasy decks. I play Fallout Commander decks. Maybe I'll do some deck tech videos, whatever. I do enjoy opening things like this for the nostalgia factor, and as if you watch my Spider-Man videos, you'll see I brought out the cards from Spider-Man. I do have some Ninja Turtles cards, and I do have the VHS tapes from the Burger King Kids Club. If you couldn't tell, that means I'm old, and I have accepted my fate. While I ramble, I'm going to open this thing up and destroy any potential reselling value I may have had. If you couldn't tell, I am not quite a professional. I did not open this very well. This box cutter is probably not the best. I should have grabbed my machete just to shred this thing. Haha, pun intended, not really intended. All right, so if you're new here, whatever, for my negative 10 viewers that I get, just kidding. I have people watch these videos. I'm unscripted, unhinged, sort of hinged. It's kind of easy to almost forget what that word even means. I just ramble. This is really just what do I like to call this? Old man sits in his apartment and talks to himself while opening magic cards. That's what this is. And if you haven't watched my still to be continued live stream of Final Fantasy VI, you'll see I just play games and talk to myself. All right, so I'm a bit excited. I wouldn't say I'm not excited. The set's interesting to me. I did not play pre-release. I was playing Commander instead. I probably should get off the Commander hook that I'm on right now because it is addictive and it's fun. But of course, the set has a lot of nostalgia to me as well. There's going to be one card I'm going to be looking for, and I'll point it out when I get there. If you watched any of my Final Fantasy videos, you may have noticed I had a big crush on Terra. And when I get the card that I'm looking for here, I'll tell stories. So I have a lot of, being a kid of the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, lots of nostalgia from Ninja Turtles. The cartoon was my introduction to them. I did not read the comics at the time. Found out about the comic books through the cartoon, and it was a big staple. Heck, oh my God, everybody. Like, if only you knew what it was like when that movie came out. Oh my God, the movie, the second movie, the second movie, especially with Kino and the mutagen and everything, disposed. All this stuff just pops into my head. Oh my God, I love talking to myself. Just lots of memories of being a kid and watching the cartoon, playing with the toys. I didn't have the blimp. I know people who did. I had a bunch of the figures. Just lots of memories of Ninja Turtles. And that's not even to say about the NES game, the arcade game, all the other video games that came from there. Did you know there was a Turtles fighting game? That was actually kind of cool. I liked it a bit. The set's full of a lot of nostalgia, a lot from the cartoon. I don't think there's some from the comic books, but it also pulls a lot of references from the video games as well, which I find quite interesting. Like, they could have gone, mostly, comics and, universe lore, but they have definite references to the games. Without further ado, because I don't want to waste time and it's already 5 minutes in, let's get the cracking. I do not know, I hadn't really looked at a lot of the value. I know what some of the big hits are here, but for now, I'm just going to open these and look at every card and ramble about everything. Like High Flying Ace, like Ace Duck. I remember him from the cartoon. Ragamuffin Raptor, don't remember that. The Rock Soldiers, who could forget the Rock Soldiers? Let's get a little closer here so the camera can see. The Dimension X Extraordinaire, you know, under the command of General Trag. I can't remember what his partner was, name was yet. Was off the top. I totally forgot. Oh my god, the Mousers. There's some cool Mouser cards in this set, I'm not going to lie. This is a Mouser I'm not familiar with. My Ninja Turtles lore and everything, it's kind of ended when I was not so much a kid. There was Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. Then we get into... Does anybody remember the music video? Oh my god, like I seen that on VHS. People had that, my lord. And then after that there was Turtles 3 where they went back in time, not really regarded as a classic. And then of course you move on, like there was the animated movie, I think it was a Michael Bay movie, all the other stuff, like my god. So I fell out of it a little bit, so I don't know a lot of the, you know, some of the newer stuff. I do know about The Last Ronin, and I do want to read that comic. Jenica, Bad Apple Big Sister, do not know this character. Karai, Future of the Foot, somebody new to me. Nice little uncommon. Sneak mechanics kind of cool. Another take on ninjutsu. It's definitely causing spikes in a lot of ninja cards from older Magic sets. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, they did it. Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze, I think it was. Vanilla Ice. Oh my god. All right, The Last Ronin's Technique. Nice little full art here. You know, just kind of a card. Create 3 white Ninja Turtle spirit creature tokens. Okay, cool. I'm not going to read too much in this. Thriving Isle. I'm not too crazy about these lands. I was playing these when I was opening the pre-con for Ashling and playing it. You got to keep track of all these, man. It's such a pain. Okay, let's move on. Commons, uncommons, we'll set over in this little pile here. The Broccoli Pizza Forest. And behind here, we got Dawn and Wrath. Hard Science. Menace. When they attack, next non-creature spell you cast has affinity for artifacts. Interesting. Behind there, we got the Big Mother Mouser. I totally remember this. Heck, I even remember from the NES game this was one of the bosses there. Let's see. Pretty cool card. Game Over. Nice little sweeper card. And also, I don't know, it almost feels like a reference to the video games, you know, when you die. Oh, and this is a Surge foil. Ooh, beautiful. I'll put this aside. If I can find out where I put my penny sleeves, you know. I did not come prepared for this, everybody. So just watch me as I make mistakes all over the place here. Oh, that's not the right bag. Aha. So not only are you watching and listening to an old man ramble and talk to himself alone in his apartment, you're also watching him starting to go through his stuff and trying to figure out where things are at. All right, so did not pull a Slate of Hand here. I will set that up here so I can grab this. Definitely interesting card there. I see what it is, but I'm going to focus on sleeving this bad boy. Game Over, Surge foil. Then we got this cool art, Rhythm of the Wild. Rhythm of the Wild, definitely a neat card. Non-creature spells you control can't be countered, and non-token creatures you control have Riot. Basically giving them haste if you want, or 1/1 counters. Full art card too. Pretty neat. And all right, that stays on screen. Chrome Dome. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I remember this. Not as much as I'd want to, but I totally remember this card or this character. And behind the Chrome Dome, we got Nice little Donatello full art card. So I was definitely a big comic nerd back in my time, but Ninja Turtles was just not the set or the books that I was reading. Like my introduction to Ninja Turtles was the cartoon and the toys. So it's not like I can be like, oh, that artist, like it was my favorite of all time. I don't want to be that pretentious person. I'm just going to enjoy this and savor it as much as I can. And I'm going to hold out for that one special card. And just ramble about the nostalgia of Ninja Turtles. Oh my god, the NES game, trying to beat that thing. I never beat it when I was a kid, the first one. And there's a specific spot in that game everybody knows about, the specific level, but there's one specific spot that I really hated. Turtles 2, definitely beat that. All right, let's keep moving here. Mechanized Ninja Cavalry, illegitimate business. Nice little tap land that gives you life. Another version of it, Mutant Chain Reaction. Sewer Valence Cam, Omni Cheese Pizza, April, Reporter of the Weird, Koya, Death from Above, another character I don't remember, of course the Turtle Blimp, and who can forget that, with the giant Krang sitting down there. Yeah, you see that. And the Path of Ancestry. And then, for our land, we got the... That's what I like on my pizza. I love mushrooms. But we got the mushroom pizza in the shape of a swamp. Behind here, we have ourselves Rennet, Temporal Apprentice, another character I don't know. Raphael, the Night Watcher. My favorite Ninja Turtle. I mean, back in the day, it was like everybody loved Michelangelo. At first, I was into Leo. Then I started getting into Donatello for the intelligence factor or whatever, but I think I identify more with Raphael. A bit more of a loner, if you couldn't tell. I don't have fans. I don't like promote myself very well. And this is an Only Hands YouTube channel. Only hands, no faces. I'm going to regret those words one day. We just watch. All right. Endless Foot Assault. Looks like another Surge foil. Yeah. Either that or it's just a different take on the foils. Holy smokes, I'll take it. We got ourselves Donnie's Bow, a.k.a. Shadow Spear. Magic staple, of course. Definitely something I'm probably going to want to pop into a sleeve. Michelangelo, the Improviser. Mythic Rare. Extended art, I believe. Not full art. Well, maybe it is. It's extended art. We'll just say it's that. I'm getting rusty. Oh my god. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to leave comments. You can do whatever you want. You can just watch me like open these things so you can see what it's like to open one yourself. You can watch me like lose money. I can open up a Final Fantasy box and get jack squat in there. Oh my god. All right. And then we got a clue token followed by a treasure. So the token aside, let's sleeve up some more cards. Oh. Not quite the hostess with the mostest here, but hey, I'm doing my best here. I'm trying, everybody. I'm trying. All right. Let's move on to the next pack here. Let's see what else we get. Probably do a series of 2 of these. I don't want to spend too much money. I don't know if anybody noticed, but it's getting to be a bit of a rough economy, you know? A lot of things going on in the world. Let's just try to promote some peace, love, and understanding, you know? Crustacean Commando. Foot Elite. Manhole Missile. Oh, man. Rocksteady Bebop. Hey, speak of the devil, one of them. I used to have the giant figures. I don't know if anybody remembers those, but the giant Rocksteady Bebops. I gave them away to Goodwill years ago. I wish I still kept them. Would be cool. Hey, Josh, if you watch, man, I bet you still got some Ninja Turtle stuff. Oh, man. Foot Ninjas. Paramecia Coloniax. I'm not pronouncing that right. Oh. All right. Okay, so this card, you know, when it enters... so there's more to this card, of course, with the lore. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. Creature dies. You can exile it. Put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. This reminds me of from the end of the first Ninja Turtles movie, and I don't know if I think it was the beginning of the second one when Shredder lifts his hand out of the trash pile you know, to show he's alive right before he gets out to Tetsuo and takes back the Foot Clan. But that's what this looks like, except it's got a bunch of worms, so there's probably some lore I don't know about. Hey, the skateboard. Oh my god, dude. Not quite Mondo Gecko, but he's in here. Why skate a half pipe when you can skate a sewer pipe? Oh my god, dude. Shredder, Unrelenting. Ooh, full art too. Uncommon. Surge Foil, Evolving Wilds. You know, your classic find the land you need. And we got ourselves a Surge Foil. Am I crazy, or there's a lot of Surge Foils in this set? Almost reminds me of Fallout a little bit. That's kind of cool. But yeah, not a Pizza Land, but definitely something cool. Behind here, we got the Weathermaker. This reminds me of something from, I don't know if it was a cartoon or what, but yeah, whatever. Dragon Skull Summit Classic Dual Land. Ooh, and there we go. April O'Neil, Hacktivist. Beginning of your end step, draw a card for each card type among spells you cast this turn. Okay, cool. So it's going to draw you about maybe, I don't know, maybe about 2 cards on average, if that. You know, maybe 1 on average, but hey, okay, cool. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, there was a part in the cartoon, I think, when April O'Neil did become, like, I think a cat or something. Yep. That is a reference to this. Okay. Yeah, I get it now. Cryptolast Manipulator. Neat little Krang art variant on a Ravnica card from the Simic Guild. Blah, blah, blah. Kind of cool. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. I'll take it. Not quite Surge Foil or anything, but Turtles in Time. So it's always also funny, you know, that was like the 4th game. But it was also, I think, man, come on, memory, come on. There was a regular arcade game, which, man, loved that game. Then I think Turtles in Time was the next arcade game. And of course, this is one of those, you know, wheel effects, I believe. Yeah. This is definitely a good hit. Going to sleeve that bad boy up. I almost thought it was going to be like a extra turn spell, but no, it's not quite. Just a nice little wheel. Return everything to your hands. Everybody shuffles and redraws. Very powerful effect, you know. It's like bounce everything, psych rift everything, and then you don't just get to cast it. You got to shuffle back into your library. I will definitely probably see where I can sell that card. But who knows? Maybe I want to play it in a deck. I'm not going to be building any Ninja Turtle commanders anytime soon. Eventually, though. All right. Bot bashing time. I don't know what those robots are. They're not mousers. Primordial Pachyderm. Cowabunga, dude. All right. There's enough there. Hamato Guardian Stance. Scrollanoids. Jesus, criminy. Metalhead. Oh, my God. I remember him. You know. Like the Mecha Turtle, whatever. But yeah, Metalhead was his name. Shredder's Armor. In a nice little, you know, display case here. Karai's Technique. Marauding Mutagen. Reprint of Acidic Slime. And then we have ourselves an island. The island... the island of onion. Oh my God. And anchovies. Onions and anchovies on the pizza. I don't think I've ever had an anchovy pizza, but maybe one day I'll try it. All right, behind the land, we got ourselves Michelangelo, Weirdness to 11. Dimension X, Pizza Sore. Where the hell did this come from, man? I'm going to start catching up on the lore. I'm going to watch some YouTube videos on this. Hey, speaking of the skateboard, Mondo Gecko. Here we go. Man, he was one of the cooler action figures I remember too, man. Totally tubular and rad, bro. Rad dude. Okay, cool. Let's move on. I'm making a... oh my God, I'm doing terrible. All right, so this here, I recognize this immediately. Waves of Aggression. You know, it's just, you know, a general spell. Untap all creatures that attacked after his main phase. There's an additional combat phase. This could go my Kaisar deck. But this is Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. This is from the comic. So, of course, we're getting some of that art in here. Ooh, and we got ourselves the Rat King Verminister. I think, is this the one that's got something to it? Disappear at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, create a 1/1 black rat creature token and put a 1/1 counter on the Rat King. Sacrifice 3 rats, return target creature card and all other cards the same name as that card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Doesn't sound like it's going to... Maybe with Rat Colony, you know, Commander, you're going to be limited to one ofs, but pop that aside. Hey, and we got ourselves a foil mutagen token and a 2/2 mutant token. Cool beans, bro. All right. Oh, the opening scene of the Ninja Turtles movies now in my head. You know, when they were like trying to come up with words before they eventually went cowabunga. Tubular, bodacious, all that stuff. I don't remember it off the top. I should have watched Ninja Turtles before I started cracking into these, but eh. All right, Pain 101, Foot Headquarters, Mouser Foundry, and we got the Rocksteady to go with the Bebop. Interesting. Boards you control can't be blocked by more than one creature. Oh, okay, so he gives a bonus to Bebop. So that's kind of cool. And it's reminding me of the arcade game. You fight Rocksteady first, and then Bebop in the little streetway. Leonardo, the Big Brother. Brilliance Unleashed. Is that Baxter Stockman? I don't know. Maybe. Splinter, Hamato Yoshi. Ray Fillet, Man Ray. Good old Cultivate. Followed by a Mountain, which is Raspberry Pizza. Raspberry and something else. I don't know. All right, behind here, we got Raphael's Technique. Pretty cool, not bad. You know, a nice little wheel effect. Humongous Fungus, aka Corpse Jack Menace. I really like the Corpse Jack from the Return to Ravnica set. Nice little counter synergy and such. And I love Golgari. I'm a Golgari person. Agent Bishop, the Man in Black. Don't quite remember him too much. The Metallic Mimic, and we got a foil version of this too, so I might sleeve this one up and see what I can do with it. Bebop and Rocksteady behind that, and then we got Pain 101. Oh, okay, that was Casey Jones. All right, one time I went as Casey Jones for Halloween, and it was kind of cool. Totally took a Jason mask, souped it up, cut it up, shaped it out, worked out pretty well. Just got a bunch of gear from the thrift store, golf bag with a bunch of hockey sticks and baseball bats. And yes, I did show up to a bar with a bunch of weapons, and it was righteous. Maybe not so righteous, but it was cool. I enjoyed that costume. It was fun. I actually grew my hair out, long hair, specifically for that costume. Oh, man. The memories. Oh, my God. Hey. All right. Mind Transfer Protocol. Was it Metalhead? I think. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what the story behind this is, you know, popping the helmet on and transferring your brain power. Man, I'm so disconnected from Ninja Turtle lore. Like the punk frogs. I don't remember them too much. Escape Tunnel. Okay, cool. In their land. Grounded for Life. I seen a Reddit post about this. Shouldn't this be like exile target creature until this leaves or something? You know, is it really destroy if you're grounded? Jenica, Bad Apple Big Sister. Michelangelo, the Mutant BFF. Fugitive Droid. Raphael, Most Attitude. That's kind of cool. I mean, there's a bunch of different versions of it. Hey, we got a Surge Foil Path of Ancestry. Okay, that's neat. And we get ourselves another Mushroom Pizza. Sweet. Speaking of The Last Ronin, it's a nice little wrath on this one. Destroy all creatures, mill 4 cards, return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And whenever creature you control attacks alone, put 3/1 counters on it. It gets trample, lifelink, and indestructible. Ooh. I might put this into my Skullbriar deck. Maybe. We'll see. Hey, there he is. Baxter the Fly. Baxter Stockman. Baxter Fly in the Ointment. I said Baxter so many times. So I'm losing my voice. I'm so rusty at this. I got to do this more often. Blah, blah, blah. It's kind of cool. The Ravenous Robots. Another Rhythm of the Wild. followed by Ralph and Mikey, Troublemakers. Nice little team ups. Hey, and there's a Corpse Jack spell or art here. Oh, I'm losing my voice, everybody. I don't know what to do. All right, let's keep going here. All right, so we are at the halfway mark. Time to open some more packs, see what we get. But again, I'm not too well versed on what are the big money hits on the set and what's, you know, really good. I know some good cards. There's one in particular that I would love to see, and of course, City Brass. Like, I think everybody knows the reprint in there. There's some Utrom Scientists. Interesting, a bunch of Krangs. Cowabunga, dude. Zog, the Triceraton Castaway. I remember him. Tenderize. Oh, Leatherhead. Oh, man. I can't remember what his phrases were. Jenica again. Old Hob. Alley Cat Blues. Bespoke Bow. Henchbots. Hey, an Arcane Signet. It's always good to have. Hey. Is that the... Okay, the comms thing. I remember that a little bit. From the cartoon, of course. Just couldn't remember if it was April or Irma had that. I think it was April, of course. For foil Broccoli Land. Madame Null, Power Broker. Kitsune, Dragon's Daughter. Dawn and Leo, Problem Solvers. In the Turtle Van. The classic Turtle Van. Hey, we got Brainstorm with Splinter Art. And cool. Okay, we got April O'Neil, Hacktivist. Full art card. I don't know if this is anime, borderless, whatever. Oh, wait. Is this from the cartoon? This looks like it's from the cartoon. Oh, my God. Look at that. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, to be a kid again. Yeah. You know how it is, everybody, right? If anybody's ever listening. All right. We got ourselves a Mouser token. And on the other side, we got some Buzzbots. Oh my God. This is reminding me of the sewer level in the arcade game. Right before you get to fight the first Baxter Stockman before he was the Fly. He's just dropping a bunch of... I think it was these, actually. April O'Neil. Kunoichi Trainee. I'm pronouncing things wrong. I'm just so glad nobody's watching. Zoo Escapees. Oh, man. The Origins of Rocksteady and Bebop. Make Your Move. Purple Dragon Punks. Spicy Oatmeal Pizza. I think somebody pointed out to this. This is like Life Gain in red. Interesting. Donatello. Way with Machines. Shredder's Technique. Similar to some cartoon art here. I don't know if they actually pulled anything from the cartoon or not for this specifically. I should look. This card's cool though. If you can only see how the foil reflects the mutagen pretty well. Thriving More, another one of them thriving lands. And we got Surge Foil Onion Pizza, Onion and Anchovy. Followed by Slash Reptile Rampager. Shredder, the Shadow Master. You know what? Actually, okay, so this one's funny. I was playing Commander recently, and you know, I mean, I think there's a little bit more lore to it than I know of. But you know, when he attacks, for each other opponent, you create a token that's a copy of him, except it's not legendary, and you sack those tokens into combat. Aside from the other ability, but if you remember in the arcade game, fighting Shredder at the end, you know, he would separate into two, and you had to find the right Shredder. And if you didn't kill the right Shredder, then he would split into two again, and you just kept going and going and going. Undergrowth Stadium. Okay, cool. And this is a Surge Foil one, too. Not bad. Nice little hit. Oh, shit. Yeah, not for kids, everybody. I swear occasionally. The Last Ronin, I believe. We have ourselves a really strong card. All will be one. Definitely sleeving that. And yet another Rat King. I can't remember if the Rat King's really... I think there's a Rat King that's got some significance to him, but I can't remember which one. Okay, this was not a bad hit. I'm not going to complain. Still haven't seen the one card, the one character I'm looking for that I will melt for. And City of Brass would be great. That'd be cool. Although I think I can just buy the Commander deck and get it if I really want it. Ninja. All right, the Action News Crew. This does feel really funny. You know, what is it? Channel 6? I can't remember exactly the channel. I should remember. Vernon, Irma, and I don't remember who else. It was like, I don't know if pompous is the right word, but I just remember Vernon from the cartoon and just how he was. Oh my god. Ice Cream Kitty. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? An ice cream cat? I don't know. Okay. Eastwind Avatar. Slithering Cryptid. Raphael, Tough Turtle. Impact Tremors on a stick, which is kind of cool. Definitely going to put that in the deck. There it is. All right. So when I was a kid, there was an episode of the cartoon, you know, where Raphael, I think it was Raphael. He was on this boat. I can't remember all the scenarios. I think I have the VHS tape of that episode. I wish I pulled it out just to be a dork. Maybe I'll be a dork on my next one, but you know, that's where they introduced Mona Lisa in the cartoon. My God, like I had the hugest crush on her back in that day. And, you know, to this day, it's funny. I don't really know much about her, like her lore in the comics or anything. Just that one moment. But yeah, she's a lizard salamander. And she was also a scientist. But man, I had such a crush on her when I was a kid. And she's not a bad card either, you know. Reach and taps for mana. She's going in the special pile. Let's see. I didn't have the crush on April O'Neil. It was Mona Lisa. That's what it was. Wingnut. I remember this one. Oh man, Wingnut. Raphael, Most Attitude. Kind of a cool alt art here. Soul Ring. Oh man. The Mushroom Pizza, followed by Prehistoric Pet. Behind there, we got a Root-Bound Crag. Southwind Avatar. And yet another, and this time foil, Waves of Aggression. So this is kind of cool. I'm stoked on this one. We got a neat little foil in the back of this too, but this is going into a sleeve. Broadcast Takeover. Ooh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, we got two cards to sleeve up here. Waves of Aggression. I might keep the non-foil one now for my Kaisar deck. And probably pop this one up to try to make some of my money back. And then this last one here, I'm going to read it while I'm grabbing the sleeve. Gain control of all artifacts your opponents control until end of turn. Untap them, they gain haste until end of turn. Very niche card. You know, you need to be playing against somebody who's playing a lot of artifacts for this to have value. It is a mythic. I might look this up. Look this up more, but it's definitely an interesting effect. Sorcery, of course. But you're not going to try to cast this on instant speed. You're going to cast this on main phase 1, and if your opponent has a bunch of artifact creatures or whatever, you're going to try to grab them. Hell, maybe you get lucky and you can gain control of all of their treasure tokens and then tap them all so you get a shit ton of mana. Keeping the Mona Lisa right over there. Right in the forefront. Maybe I'll make that my thumbnail. Just don't roast me too hard in the comments if anybody does comment, my lord. The TCRI building. I can't remember the details on this building from the lore, but I'll figure it out eventually. Frog Butler. Mutant Town Musicians. Nobody. Foot Ninjas. Dream Beavers. What is this from? Dimensional Exile. Okay. New Generations Technique. Cool. These techniques are interesting. Evolving Wilds, and then we have only our second, and this one's a search foil, second non-pizza full art land, which is kind of cool. It's interesting. There's not so many of them. Oh, well. All right. Kitsune, Dragon's Daughter, yet another one. I think this is the first one. Or, no, this is the second. First foil, the other one is extended art. Then behind there we got Spire Garden, Rennet Temporal Apprentice, Ronin's Arsenal. This is Conqueror's Flail. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. As long as this is attached to a creature, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Nice. All right. That's going to go there. Man, I'm running out of space. You know, maybe I should start and try to make some money so I can buy some more space. Bebop and Rocksteady foil version. I think we have one of these already. Oh, you know what? Okay, so behind here we got the Mind Transfer Protocol. There's what was that card? There was like a dinosaur in I think it was Magic Origins. 3 cost. Like this is totally a take on it. It was 2 colorless, 1 black. Like it couldn't attack or block unless you discarded a card. This seems very similar to it. When they attack or block, you have to sack a permanent unless you discard a card. Not bad. It's probably just ways to make that work. Man, this is gonna be super nerd to be like, hey, I'm gonna make Mona Lisa commander, and it's gonna do nothing but add a bunch of mana. I don't know. I'm just being stupid. I'm gonna retire after this, everybody. Foot Mystic, Dimension X. Interesting. Guac and marshmallow pizza. I know the pizzas. Oh my god. Negate. Last Ronin's Technique. Turtle Lair. Lessons from Life. Oh my god. The cuteness here in the art and everything. You know, they're playing Magic, and I don't know who that character is. Lita. It sounds familiar to me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Surge Foil, Ash Barons. And then we got the Raspberry Pizza. Behind here, Transdimensional Bovine. A Flying Mana Dork. Exploding Barrel. This is quite interesting. Taps for mana, gets pressure counter. You can sack it to deal 20 damage to a target creature. Costs 1 less accounts for each pressure counter, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of cool. Probably a little bit of a take on the video game. Krang, the Mastermind. Okay, so affinity for artifacts. If you have fewer than 4 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. Seems very similar to some other effects we've seen before. Oh, man. Look at this. Look at this. Teleportation Circle. Okay, so beginning of your end step, exile the 1 target creature, an artifact or creature control, and return it. So blink effect, but a blink effect using the art that came from the NES game. Like that, this was interesting when I was a kid because, you know, when you first got the NES game for Ninja Turtles, you look at the art and it's like everybody's Raphael. You can tell that it's all different colors and stuff, but it just stood out as different, you know? All right, cool. And then followed by Ralph and Mikey, Troublemakers. And then we got ourselves an Ooze token and the copy. Interesting. All right, last pack, everybody, and then we can go home. This video turned out to be a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, and I am not going to complain. There's at least 2 cards. I mean, we didn't see City of Brass. We didn't see anything that made me go absolutely oh shit. We seen one of my earliest crushes. There she is. And no Super Shredder. What else? There's one other card I thought I'd open up in this video, but I just haven't seen it, so kind of interesting. Mouser Attack, Insectoid Exterminator, Retro Mutation. Oh man. Oh man, I remember that. Like, what turns them back to their original form? Shredder's Revenge, Donatello, Turtle Techie, the Ooze Spill. Oh, Baxter Stockman. Yep, that other card was Baxter, but this is him turning into a fly. Tainted Treats. Oh, okay. Okay, this Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. When Toku and Razor, I probably pronounced them wrong, they needed to turn them back, and they were trying to figure out ways to get them to return back to their original forms. And that's what this comes from. Spray them with the anti-mutagen? No, I'm afraid. Ingestion is the only course. I don't know if I can say it in the exact phrasing he did, but I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Man. Donatello, Wayward Machines, Ash Barons, non-surge foil, non-foil, period. And, wow, first planes we got out of the lands we got? We got a mountain, we got the swamp, we got the forest, we got the island, the Onion Island, and we have the... What the hell is this? It's pineapple and banana? I think so. Pineapple's fine on pizza, by the way. There's no point in even arguing about it. Everybody just do what you want to do. Who cares? Michelangelo, improviser. Followed by Tempestra, Dame of Games. Extended Art, Weathermaker. Silverclad, Ferocidons. Good card. Cool. And, ooh, to wrap things up, we got the goddamn Technodrome. There it is, everybody. There it is. Okay, so a little bit of a nostalgia hit here. I can't wait to do the next video. But I can't complain, man. We got a Technodrome on the last one. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to sleeve this up, and then... If you watch the original movies, like the flashback scene, my lord, when they were showing the origin of Splinter, when he was watching his master, I can't remember what his master's name was. Like, so it's so interesting. The movie, he went from a rat to the mutant, but in the the cartoon, and I don't know, maybe the comics, he started as what was his name? God damn it. But you know what I'm talking about. But he turned from a human into the rat. But this is reminding me of that scene in the movie when the Splinter Rat, he was like watching his master and he was training martial arts in his rat cage. It looked so cheesy. It was silly. It was just like, oh my God. A little bit of cringe, but it was cool. All right. And we got the Mona Lisa. There she is. Free at last. All right. No complaints from me. Not a bad box. All right. I'll try to come up with some witty catchphrases or something next time, everybody. Until next time, I don't know. Cowabunga? All right. That's too cringe. Bye, everybody.